So, what is masculinity? Hello, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Bevan, and I have gone far away from the weak little boy who I was into the man who I am today. And I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned through this journey. So, a couple of days back, I had this conversation with a girl, and we started talking about the Matrix and Andrew Tate, all of those, controversial stuff. So she asked me this one question: what is masculinity? She had her phone with her. I told her, pull out her phone and to open the notes app in her iPhone where we can draw and stuff. I literally drew her this diagram with slashes on the line. It's basically point A to point B. That is masculinity. A mission, a purpose. That is masculinity. That's what I told her. And she asked me this one simple question. So if no, she asked me, doesn't everybody have a point B? So does it make everyone masculine? So the answer is everybody do not have a point B. That's the harsh truth. Everybody in this day and age, they do not have a point B. There is something now that is happening now, right here. And it's probably happened for years and years, and it's going to happen within years and years, and I have gone through it, and you would also end up going through it. And it is called the young man's existential crisis, where as of now I'm 17, by the way. I just finished 12th grade. But then you are advised to go to school, be a good boy, study hard, guys, study hard, get good grades, go to college, get a degree. Then what? When you are 22 or 23 or 21, you are pushed out into the world and said, okay, our job is done. Our job is done. Now go figure out life yourself. That's what these people say you. And this is exactly what is going to happen. As of now, there is going to be arguments in your home regarding university and all that. But after university, you would say, okay, should I start a business or should I start a job? Then you would not have an authority figure to tell you what to do. So where will you end up to be? In the corporate world, where the boss, the big daddy, is commanding you what to do, and you have been brainwashed into following what the authority is telling you. Don't question the authority whatsoever. The teacher, you this is exactly what happens. You go to school, you ask the teacher for permission. Ma'am, can I go to the washroom? Then you come back and the teacher says, do this assignment, Bevan. You do the assignment. Learn this, Bevan, for tomorrow's exam. You learn it for the exam. They have conditioned us from the ages of 6 till 18 or 17. Fortunately, I escaped from the schooling education system 1 year earlier. I'm 17 now. Usually people escape from it when they're like 18 or something. I know 16-year-old kids who are like escaping, but okay. And I already knew what path I'm taking. It's YouTube, content creation, Instagram, like posting reels on Instagram. I already knew, but the fact is, many people do not know what to do. Many people do not know what mission, what purpose they have to do. Back in the olden days, we had the Great Depression, we had wars. Men always solved something. As of now, life is way too comfortable. If you need pleasure, there is junk food. If you need women, there is porn. If you need the feeling of leveling up, there are video games. Everything is just bastardized. Everything is so fucked up. Everybody do not have a plan B, and everybody is not masculine. I might sound like a dumb 17-year-old or something, but when I see people who are 3 years, 4 years older than me, I cannot help but think I'm better than them. What weak little pussies are these people? I cannot help but have these thoughts in my mind. When I hear people say, I sleep at 2 a.m. and scroll, like they just took it so casually. And I cannot help but think, what a piece of shit, what a pussy. And they are like skinny fat. Like, if what is a step one to become masculine? Step one, to have a mission, to have a purpose. And that is why everybody is stacked into gyms right now. Because that's a clear cut mission, that's a clear cut purpose to get their physique. But then there is another underlying problem. When people finally achieve their physique, they don't know what else to do. It's like their mission, their purpose is over. Like, not technically over. It's not like they will not work out for the rest of their lives or something. But then they have achieved the physique. If they train for 1 year hard again, they'll probably get 2.5 pounds of muscle or something. They have gotten to the pinnacle. They have gotten the aesthetic physique. That's like their mission. Then they don't know what else to do. Then they're clueless. They still go to work, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the work. They're one dimensional. Everybody do not have a plan B. When was the last time you woke up in the morning, like you were so happy to continue with your day? You were so happy to do something. When was the last time? I wake up every single day thinking, smiling, affirming, like listening to music, thinking about doing this work. I do like this pre-flow music kind of routine. I'm preparing for this recording session. That's my pre-flow routine, bro. I'm happy to do what I'm doing. I have a purpose, I have a mission. Many people do not have a plan B, and everybody is not masculine. Masculine does not mean that you have facial hair or you have balls. Masculinity is mission, a purpose. That is masculinity. And a no-brainer fact, masculine people have more testosterone. We are brought up, we are taught to be low testosterone little bitches, to listen what daddy or mommy says. That's what we are taught, right? That's what we are pushed to do, right? But if it was a high testosterone masculine man, he would ask, what's in it for me? That's what a high testosterone man would ask. We are being raised like little, broiler chickens in the farm, who are given food, and at the end of the day, they are going to be killed, going to be slaughtered. That's how we are brought up. From the age of 6, bro. I'm going to divert from this topic a little bit, yeah. So, I saw this podcast with Andrew Huberman and Robert Greene. We knew what we have to do. We knew what was our mission. We knew what was our purpose when we were 6 years old. The exact time we were introduced into the education system. Oh, fuck it, bro. There's nursery schools as well. Nursery, the before getting into kindergarten, there is like a pre-workout kind of era. Like, when you are 3 years old, you're joining into nursery. I believe most people have gone through that as well. Anyways, our mainstream education starts when we are 6 years old. We have been taught to not question authority. We have been taught to just listen and do the work. You know why it is so hard to become like an entrepreneur? You know why it's so hard to become like a YouTuber or something? Because nobody is going to tell you to do it. There is no authority figure that is commanding you to do it. You have to become your own authority figure. You know, I have a very weak father. My father is basically like a modern day teenager. Eats, sleeps, scrolls on his phone, and yeah, he doesn't have a job as well. My dad is a modern day teenager. So technically, I have no father. I have no father. I had to raise myself. I had to become my own authority figure, and I would highly recommend young men to become their own authority figures. When you are an entrepreneur, it's so hard to become an entrepreneur because you need to command yourself to do the work even when you don't feel like it. I'm sure you have heard that quote somewhere. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. That's so hard to do because even from a young age, very, very, very young age, we have been forced to listen to authority. Never question authority. Never question it. Because they are always right. If the person is older than you, he's right. If the person has more authority over you, oh, okay, he's right. When I got into fitness, my mom and my grandparents, they started advising me on fitness. And I did not listen to a single advice which they were saying. You know why? Because I know that they are unhealthy. Even though they are older than me. Oh, experienced guys. Even though they are older than me, they are unhealthier than me. Then why would I ever take the advice? I asked this question: what's in it for me? When I was unhealthy, when I was eating sugar like a bitch, when I never calculated the calories, or when I never ate more than 2 eggs a day, when I never had enough protein in my system, nobody batted an eye. The moment I started working out, the moment my parents started seeing me working out, the moment I started eating clean, the moment I started setting goals for myself, they started intervening. They said my path is so wrong. But then, are they on the right path? What's in it for me? Ask yourself that question every single time when an authority figure commands you something. Don't talk back. Don't talk back. Like, it's a waste of time talking back. Arguments are a fucking waste of time. You can never win an argument with these people. It's like you're going against a system. You're going against the script. Just ask this yourself. What's in it for me? That's the one question which you have to ask. And there is modern day addictions like TikTok and Instagram and all of these like social media platforms with short form content, like every time dopamine on your face and every time new information on your face, like your brain cannot process that. Did you know that we have a lesser attention span? Not we. I have a better attention span. It's you. You have a shittier attention span than a goldfish. Sure, you might have a better attention span because you watch this long form kind of video. You might have a better attention span. Congrats, bro. But then, like, most of the people, they're easy to defeat. Most of the men that you see around you, very, very easy to defeat. All you have to do is meditate, go to the gym, like work out, get some life experience, and start a business. You have officially won. That's how easy it is to win these people because their attention span is so fucked. It's less than 3 seconds because they're scrolling too much. They're conditioning their brain to be used to information so fast because when they see these long form content, right, they cannot process anything because it is one information for a long period of time. But then hopefully you're a person who is having a better attention span. I believe you're a person who is having a huge attention span. In this day and age, if you increase your attention span, you meditate, you go to the gym, and you get some life experience and you start a business. That's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to win. In this day and age, everybody do not know what purpose, what mission they have to do. Everybody's waiting for daddy to tell something. Everybody's waiting for mommy to say something. All you have to do is find your point B. Find your purpose, find your mission. You know how to find your purpose and your mission. What do you do for fun, which is sort of like work, but then it's not counted as work. It is fun for you. It's like working out or something. If you love working out, that is your mission, that's your purpose. Now, most of the people here, like 99% of the men here, like watching my channel, they are already hitting the gym. As of now, that might be your purpose, but understand that you have to go completely on. Like, you have to lock in on this purpose of getting your physique, of getting the kind of physique which you need. After that, you have to understand that you have to move on to another purpose. I'm not telling you to like quit working out, and working out is important. Like, working out still will push you ahead of the competition. It'll make you the outlier and stuff. Like, you can see this big muscle. It'll like push you ahead of the competition and stuff. But then after the gym, after fitness, you have to find a purpose. You have to find another mission. That's how this stuff works. And also, not to mention the fact that everything in this world is designed to make strong men little bitches. Everything. From your food to your water to the advice which you're given. Everything is to make strong men little bitches. And I can see this happening. You know, last like 2022, 2023, 2024, that 3 year period, I was seeing masculinity pop off, like self-improvement popping off. Everybody is in the gym, everybody's doing that, everybody's doing this. I saw that for 3 years. Now when I'm looking, I think it died off. Sure, in the online space there is 15-year-old millionaires, 16-year-old millionaires. But then in real life, I'm talking about like in real life, like the people who I'm seeing. Let me ask you this question. If you walk out right now, if you walk out and you see like a group of people, and if you were like forced to go to that group, and I don't know if you know about this, but you're the average of the 5 people that you spend time with. A random group, if I pushed you into that random group of like 6 people or something, would you want to be the average of them? Average of those 6 people, would you want to be the average of those 6 people? Fuck no. Because you know they are a bunch of wimps. The average group, like here in my locality, if there's like 6 people, and if I go stand in between those 6 people, I wouldn't even be compatible with them. I wouldn't even be friends with them. Because I know I'm better than them. Men these days are so genuinely easy to beat that you have no clue. If you go to the gym, you already cut out like 80% of the competition. You find your next purpose, then you're on the top like 20%. Then you start a business, 10%. Then from 10% it's going to be hard, because now you are officially in the top leagues. And testosterone levels, we all know testosterone levels are dropping year by year. All of us know that. And still, nobody's talking about this. Click and watch this video to know how to increase your testosterone. And the top link in the description is the complete blueprint to get you your aesthetic physique. And since you're sticked around till here, the second link in the description is a free workout program for you. Subscribe to be a part of this brotherhood. And remember, become simply the all rounder. Goodbye. Mwah.